everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's the Seahawks going up against the Chiefs. So for the call of this Week 13 matchup, let's bring in our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it sets him up with second and just 2 yards to go. Here's the offense. Certainly some threats on this offense, and one of them that they target is Doug Baldwin.
Not only does he do a nice job catching the ball downfield, he's also a tremendous blocker that helps unleash the running game.
They go to Michael again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Wilson on the keeper. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down. This time Wilson will throw. And left side here, it's Graham. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target. It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him. They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They run again with Michael. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they can be affected by the hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gauton. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On the ground, it's Michael. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Play clock hit 0. Don't know what went wrong there, Charles, but it's going to cost them 5 yards.
Has to be some organization from the sideline. Sometimes when you're trying to decide on what play to send in, the play caller has to move a little bit faster.
On 3rd down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They'll run a toss play to Michael, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Christian Michael, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
to Charkandrick West. He takes this for 3 to the 29. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Caught, Kelsey, left side. 8 yards there and a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for KC. 57 yards. Red zone opportunity. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching closer and really knocking on the door now. The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Seahawks now set to take over on offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days. Offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We're back to Arrowhead after this. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Complete outright to Kurtz. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, Wilson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. He may try and run for this. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Looking deep. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
On the carry, Michael. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Christian Michael with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the D-line's going to spread out. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 44 yards out, left hash. So we've hit halftime. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 2nd down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's got time. Now he's forced out left. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to run now. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the 3rd and then carry that over to the 4th.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Stays on his feet, and now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They got the ball to the outer 3rd of the field, but they could not seal that edge and lost yardage.
And I love how you brought that up because sealing the edge is often a function of the offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage, oftentimes a tight end, maybe your H-back, someone to set the edge at the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to get to. If you're not able to do that, you're not able to turn the corner.
3rd down, 15 yards still needed. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Frank Clark, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Wilson buying time to his left. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. Again, Wilson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. This complete to Lockett. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, Procise. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
Shift together here from the D-line. 1st and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for it with Michael. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Christian Michael with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he's going to go deep down. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 55 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the right side, it's Kelsey. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. They'll drop the throw. Setting up the screen for West. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
But he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll need to get the play off quickly, and he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They think their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. But in tapping those toes, he tried to get both inbounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
They'll send Baldwin in motion left. On third down, Wilson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That one good for 21 yards. And on fourth and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. And that was just a good job there of being mobile and creating something.
Being able to extend a play and get people open or buy yourself more time to run with the football, that's a really nice job there.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Paul Richardson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Love the excitement we've got going here. They just scored the touchdown. They're down by 1. How much fun is it now to figure out the possibilities? Kick the extra point and tie it. Go for 2 if they're really feeling in a gambling mood. What do you do in this situation?
I think you kick the PAT.
Yeah, I do too. Kick it, get my defense ready, and try and stop them one more time.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get him to fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kristen Michael was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie. And
this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So just nowhere to escape the pressure that time. He goes down for a safety, and that should all but do it here in this one.
Yeah, they put up a good fight, but you're right. Now they have to kick it away, and this one definitely looks like a lost cause.
And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They come out here in the eye. They'll run with Davis. Davis fighting. He loses the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now on and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And first and goal is what it will be at the 6-yard line. Excellent field position. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the...
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 5. Now a first throw here in overtime. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Slants are so tough to cover because everything happens so fast. but sometimes it happens too fast for the guy catching the ball because all of his movements have to be quick off the line of scrimmage, and then all of a sudden the ball's right on top of you. And maybe he got a little bit ahead of himself there.
Yeah, a lot of times coming in with good pace, and he dropped it.
Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. He hits Macklin. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. And some courage there. Your side of the field in overtime, first drive, going for it. Wow, they got it, though.
Sometimes you have to feel that whether you turn it over on your side of the field or you punt it away to them and give them the ball, you're not going to be able to stop them anyway. They decided to gamble on themselves, and that was a big pickup.
And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there in overtime, 62 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Hey, give them credit. That's a good, solid game there on the sneak because it all comes together. Enough space, get forward, gain yardage. Well done.
Defense showing blitz. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. 2nd and goal to go now. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown.